This is the point where you get to just stop and stare. You're coming too. What started as a dream is now our reality. 6 years ago, we poured her ballast, raised every frame, cut every plank, and named her Rediviva. Ready for life back on the ocean, this year we're determined to set sail.
Would you look at that? I'd say that's the making of a fine cruising vessel.
We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for joining us. The weather's in favor of running rigging today. So which one are we running though?
I'm gonna run the throat halyard for the mizzen. You're gonna be this on this is the safety line. So just put it around the belaying pin, and I'll do all the pulling with this guy. So you just keep up with me.
Okay.
Okay. When you pull this tight and lock it on the belaying pin.
This?
Yeah.
Okay. That feel tight?
Good enough. Cool. Go ahead and flip the other one off.
Okay.
Okay, this is coming down to you.
Okay. It's down.
So go ahead and lead that through port to starboard.
In the block or the Beckett?
In the block. Okay, and then just put like a clove hitch around the line down here, Ruth.
Okay.
This thing's getting all kinked up.
Yeah, coming off the spool.
Okay, comes back down to you.
Okay.
Okay, just tie the bowline into the Beckett.
Okay. Does it matter which way, port to starboard again?
Well, I'm going to take it off and splice it in, so it's just a temporary thing. Good for now, so I'll come back in.
Okay. Safety line coming off.
Safety line coming off.
Alright, main line.
Main line coming off.
We had old ratty lines, first holding up our mast before standing rigging, and now the booms and gaps before the running rigging. So excited to clean up all these lines.
I know.
Start look official.
I'll need duct tape and torch lighter and a knife.
Nice. Duct tape, torch lighter. Nice. We've just run our second halyard, the mizzen throat halyard, attached to a single block with a Beckett and run through a double block at the hounds, then belayed to the pin rail on the starboard side. So this is potential location of the peak halyard for the mizzen.
Not necessarily potential location, because it's going to have a little bridle when I make it for real. So this is just... So
meaning it'll be held between 2 points here on the
So this
gap.
is just so I can run the halyard. So when it's done, it's going to have like a little bridle like that, and then the block's actually going to be like up here. Maybe. I mean, the mizzen doesn't really need it because it's so short. Definitely going to have a bridle on the main gaff.
So where does this one go? Through the top
the double
block?
at the very top.
Oh.
safety.
Safety going.
Alright, lock off main.
That feel good?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, there's your end. Okay, you're going to go through that block again, port to starboard. Man, I might end up changing these sound. They're pretty annoying.
Yeah. They have a particular sound and it hits the eardrums pretty harshly.
We're going to run a mizzen staysail halyard. I was figuring out how I want to do that because I've got to run it through the block that I'm on right now. So,
You sure you want to do that
maybe
now anyway? Because we won't have a mizzen staysail for a while, right?
well, I want the real halyard to be on there.
Okay.
Okay, line.
Clear. Oh, I love belaying pins.
Right?
Oh, this is so great. Oh, this is my high of the day, right here. Oh, I can't wait to raise sails and
Fuck yeah.
make sail changes with belaying pins. Wow, so cool. This is gonna be for this mizzen staysail halyard.
It's going to be one of our light wind sails.
Okay?
Pull tight.
Alright. I can give you some slack if you need to swing around.
Okay.
We're not done rigging, but this is our last halyard for the mizzen.
Okay.
This will be for a light wind sail in the future, and it could resemble something like this. But the sails Mike is constructing are our working sails, the 4 sails we'll use most often. The Yankee, a high-cut jib, our staysail, main, and mizzen sails. That's wicked cool.
So there'll be copper around all of the positions, so full hoist and all the reef points will have copper wraps.
While we were scheming and playing with rigging, Noah was over at the bunker, continuing on the retractable sink.
I see a lot of scratching of heads and walking back and forth.
That's perfect.
Sounds just like me.
Well, it's over and over. Oh no, oh no, I'm just gonna ride on the women's side. But it's over and over. Oh no, oh no, I'm just gonna ride on the women's side. Brother Noah, my God's talking, said he would ride on the wind and tide. Hey, children, stop, still, and listen to me. God walked down to the brandy sea. He declared that the aim of the son of man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah stopped. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind and tide. It's oh Noah, oh Noah, oh Noah, I got well, it's a ho-hum over.
Like so good.
Cool.
Absolutely love it. Oh, it's so awesome.
Man. That's like, you couldn't have picked a better piece for that
Yeah.
front face. It's just like, it's such a showpiece.
So you said you liked the upper one, so then I looked for one that would match it.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't wait to clean out the sink. Oh, it looks so sweet.
It's like the nicest thing that's in the entire boat down here. It's true.
Here was the rough original idea for the toilet. It'll probably have to come out just in a couple inches, which we still have plenty of space. But this is gonna be real nice. It's still more than enough. That's basically the end, the head area. It's still lots of space.
Came out so nice.
Came out
I think
so
aesthetically
nice.
too, the angled trim in the back, even though
Yeah.
it was like the idea was to, you know, not have to go around everything, but
Yeah.
I like it better.
Yeah, that was a
I
good
do
idea.
too.
I think it made it, you know, it's functional, but it actually looks better.
Yeah. I'm so glad we can use this sink too.
Yeah, you want to tell the backstory on the sink?
Yeah, our I guess not the last haul out now, but the time before last that we hauled out when we were in the yard for a while, our neighbor right behind us, Carl, he had this sink. I don't know how long he had it. He said he had it for a long time, but yeah, just randomly climbed down from his boat one day. You want a teak sink? Yeah. I don't know if I can use it, but yeah. It's one of those things that just like,
You can't say no.
yeah.
Can't say no.
So it lived under our boat in the boatyard for a really long time, and then it just bounced from place to place to place, and it was always like, really wanted to use it in the boat, but wasn't sure if it was going to fit, and then maybe keeping an eye out for a friend that could use it in one of their boats, and
Because it's quite large for a head sink. Typically,
Yeah.
they're pretty small
Which
because
is-
your space is limited.
and it's nice, like for me, I think it's more like, if you're gonna have a sink that works.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like so many boats just have these tiny little sinks in the head. It's just like, what's the point? I'd
Yeah.
rather just use the galley and
Yeah,
not have
absolutely.
one. So, and if it wasn't like, if it didn't stow, then we wouldn't be able to fit a sink in here. But yeah, with this, it's just sweet. Really love this cherry.
Back in the rigging, Garrett and I untwirl the last of our first 600-foot spool of line.
And either climb that up to me or just tie it on.
Tie it so I can help you unroll it. We're almost at the end.
Ah, crap. I don't think it's gonna be long enough.
I had coffee.
So this is the tail end of our spool of, what is it, 1/2 inch?
1/2 inch, yeah.
And that's as low as the gaff will ever be. The bridle might be a little shorter or longer,
Yeah, we'll see.
but that's a decent little tail. I think it might be just the right size.
I mean, it'll certainly work. We're gonna have to get another spool regardless, so we'll
for
just
sure.
decide at that time if we want to swap it out or not.
If it will be a better length for something else. Now he's got to hoist the mizzen gaff. Swap. Can you believe that? Up next, the bowsprits lowered again to install our bow rollers, as well as install a
Wickedly oversized eyeball.
for inner forestay. And Noah installs
The most complicated piece.
and no episode's complete without a little potty talk.
Need a magazine or a book.
Yeah, maybe that's the test. You know. It's my glove. It makes little fart sounds. Or sometimes I start talking to myself and I forget that the camera's on. And then I get embarrassed.
Feel it in.
Glitter.
Cloud teeth still have a bit of milking. Maybe we should put you some new jeans on the wish list.
What are you talking about? These are fine.
Oh, tangle my dangle.